Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. Get that bell notification on too, so you don't miss out on a video. Welcome back to the channel where last time we were here, we did some rail expansions. And hey, we're looking at the rail network right here. Yeah, we connected up the rails. We added a second line. We added in rails into Port Roberts, which is something that we've been planning for since the beginning of the series. So I'm glad that we were able to actually do that. And it kind of created us system where we have the historical railway in, so now we need to build around that historical railway. Hence the purpose of why it's been causing so much trouble. So in today's episode, we are going to be doing a few things. We're going to be trying to eat up our industry demand again. It seems to be a common theme in these early episodes. And then we will also be adding in our first train station and tram line. This will be important because I'm thinking next episode I'm going to do some waterfront stuff, and I really need the trams for that. So we need to kind of tie in that into this episode. So without further ado, with further ado, because quick housekeeping notes. I know I've been away for a little while. It's been a little while since I have recorded, so I'm going to be a little bit rusty. I haven't even opened the game in 3 weeks, so there's silly mistakes. It's just because I'm a little rusty. And then also, I am planning on doing this series for a few more weeks before we dive back into Fort Prairie, just because I'm really enjoying this series so far. And then we'll try to have a live stream in the middle of May, is what I'm guessing. And then after that live stream is when we'll transition back to Fort Prairie for a week, and then we'll kind of do like a week on Fort Prairie, a week in this series. So yeah, all right, let's hop out and take a look at what we're going to be doing in today's episode. Here we are in the market, Port Roberts Market. Fun little build we did not too long ago. This is important because I want to get a tram line that runs down the street, but also this street is going to be a pretty major thoroughway because right down in here we have some vacant land where we just extended the rail line through it. And I was thinking this would be a perfect spot for a modern train station where tourists would come in and then they get off here. We can kind of make it a bit of a hub. Here we have the land available, and it just seems like a really good spot for it. Now, if we're looking at the city from a historic lens, we have the rail going all the way into here. This would have been the original train station. However, we are removing that as we're going to be revitalizing the waterfront in this area, and we'll probably be converting this into some sort of maybe lighter rail at some point. But it's not to say that we're not going to get trains in here at all, but that is just not ready to be implemented just yet. So in the past, I'm sure the trains would have come in through here and gone right down to the waterfront where people would have gotten off. But now, since we've removed that, where would those people go? Well, I'm sure that they would have built a station somewhere in this kind of area when they built this bypass through here. So this is probably provincial land or city land in through this area. So I think it's a perfect spot for it, especially since we have a straight shot down to the waterfront, cuts right through the heart of the city. So I was thinking the train station could go really nicely here. Since we have the train station out this way, and because we've already discussed the land's probable usage, this would also make a good spot for the tram depot. That will also allow us to kind of add in some industry bits in and around the tram depot, which will allow us to kind of eat into that industry a bit. So that's what we're going to be starting off with today. All right, so this street, which is 2nd Street, it will probably continue in through here past Dipsy Doodle Boulevard, which we'll definitely be upgrading once the need arises. But I think for now we can probably just get away with something like this, like a painted median. And oh, you know what? We should probably clear the trees first. That'll be helpful. You see, the rust is already kicking in. So I do want to try and keep as many trees as we can, but on this side of the tracks, I don't think it's probable. However, on this side of the tracks, I could definitely see us getting some sort of park through here and utilizing the trees in this area. But I don't think we'll be getting to that much today because this interchange here is going to dominate um, this land usage in the future. So I don't want to interrupt anything that we need for when we upgrade this interchange from its vanilla form. So we're going to bring Second Street in through here, and then we'll also get the train station in here. So what train station are we going to use? I was debating between a couple, and the two that I'm debating between are the ground bypass station and the ground dual island train station. This is the main train station for this town. However, I do think that this isn't going to be like the main station for the area, because this is just a supporting town from what is going to be a larger downtown core over here, where we'll probably get some sort of major train station. So I was thinking if we can kind of get this centered between these two roads here, between 2nd, 4th Street, it would make a lot of sense to do that. So I think what we would need to do then is bring this out a little bit. All right, so here it is. We place it in, and we have a fun connection here. So we have the main station on 2nd Street, but we're going to have an area over here coming down on 4th Street where we can have maybe like a bit of a drop-off point here. Maybe we can turn this into like a bus hub in this zone. This way we split off the traffic from the cars versus the buses and whatnot. Maybe we can also bring in 6th Street over here and do the same or a same kind of thing. So maybe this is buses and whatnot, but maybe we have, say, the tram or something in through here. We can connect these two up. Don't really mind that for now. But yeah, tons of options available to us now with this. Okay, so I did change the path a little bit on the train just to make it seem realistic and smooth. This large open area between these two. But I think it's going to look a-okay. So we already have some people using it, which is fantastic to see. A train was in here while I was doing that. So that is also obviously really good to see that people are using it and the trains actually work. Which was a little bit of a worry, but look at this. People are kind of walking out of here, hopping in their cars. So I think this is definitely a area in which transit will be really useful to kind of access here. Now, there was a few options that I was thinking of for train hubs and whatnot, but I think we might stick with that for other builds. There's the bus, train, tram hub, which I was thinking of, but it's pretty far away. Maybe we could upgrade it down the road. Or maybe we can just save it for another kind of zone and do a bit of a custom hub here. The train metro hub, I don't know if the metro is going to come out this way. And then what else is there? The metro, train, monorail, tram hub. So yeah, the only one that could work is the bus, train, tram hub, which is exactly what we're doing. But we're doing a bit more of a custom version of it. Looks like this node is a little off. Okay, fantastic. So now that we have that in place, I think we can start talking about a few other things. So I want to get the tram depot in here. And if we're looking at the topography, this is... Oh, that's the wrong thing. This is it. Yeah, it's not too shabby. I think this is not exactly desirable land, especially over here, or at least it wasn't originally. So maybe it's in the process of rezoning. So I think we can get kind of this as a bit of an industrial pocket. Maybe we can get some transit-oriented development spawning in around here, but this is very much not the central station to the town. This is or straight to the region, this is kind of just more of like a secondary station. Um, for me, I like doing my regional transit in this game via metro, but perhaps what we could do is we could get this as kind of a main hub, and we have another train out over here, for example, for a town, and then that train over here, just in theory, if there's a town here, I'm not planning one at the moment. Um, we could get it to stop here before it kind of goes downtown or something like that, or it's right in the middle of a bunch of train lines, so I think I could see some activity. Um, yeah, but I'm not going to kind of base my transit plan off of this rail station. I'm much more going to be reliant on metros, I believe, as kind of like a SkyTrain-esque type thing. If you know Metro Vancouver area, which is where I'm basing this city off of. Okay, so I think we can call this 2nd Street Station. Holy cow, look at this. Tons of people. So yeah, we're going to definitely need to get some transit in here sooner rather than later. So let's get that tram going. And before we get the tram in particular, we should really see where these roads are going. This road in particular is one that I'm really interested in because this one is kind of a bit of a bypass road, it seems. So this one goes right into Oracle Bay. It already has kind of like a bit of a bypass road going through it, but this is kind of going to cut off a lot of traffic through here. I'm not particularly keen on this road, to be honest. It seems like we might need to revise it down the road. But maybe this one curves up the hill or something like that and kind of stops becoming a bit of a bypass. And maybe we can rely on this one a bit more because I like this one as a bit more of a stronger arterial road. So let's connect these up like that. Very simply. Oh, we kind of messed up. So let's just redo that really quickly. All right, so now we have this pretty major connection here. I believe we should probably upgrade this road here from Dipsy Doodle Parkway all the way up to 2nd Street, where we can have that either upgrade further, which might be useful through here, but maybe we leave it at this point. We go back down to a 2-lane road through here, just because this is going to be where a lot of transit's going to be going through, so I think it's nice to have that larger grade. But now that this is the main bypass road through here, we should probably think about what we're going to do with this road, right? So I kind of want this to be a road that maybe this road turns into or something like that. Maybe we can kind of figure out how this grid is going to connect up. That's going to be really important for kind of future development in this area as well. Let's take a look at the topography really quickly. Flat. Fantastic. This area has a ton of flat terrain. Okay, so I guess what I'm kind of getting at here is this one's going to be kind of the only road that's really going to cut through this main arterial road, which is then going to go into here where we'll have a bit of an industrial connection. So it's going to be pretty important. So let's just extend all of these roads out to here. All right, so I think this road here is probably as close as we're going to get to have a smooth curve kind of into this zone. So we'll connect this one up into this main arterial. And then if we just back this one up just one more node like that, I think we can get a nice simple curve. If we continue this, we're in curve mode, nice. And then we just go to here, connect it up, very nice curve. And then we can slope this all the way up to maybe here, 3.8%. That's really good. This gives us a ton of usable land as well, and kind of changes up the pattern a little bit. It's going to help us kind of fuse these grids together. Whoa, jumped me a little bit there. Okay, so I think we could probably extend this road, for example, out to this one, and even bring this one right up to here, should we wish. I'd rather it not connect though. Bring it up to there, and then this can be some sort of cul-de-sac type road. And then we're on a hill here, so this is great. It's kind of spot for us to stop with the grid, which is fantastic to see. And then we have a few more roads that we could connect up into here, but let's just kind of fill out the grid blocks a little bit further. So this is First Street. So we'll continue First Street all the way through here. And we'll stop it there in same kind of conjunction with what we got going on. And then maybe we can do something like this with a bit of a broken grid. All right, very good. So that really fills it in, doesn't it? And I think this offers us a nice break in the grid patterns through here, especially since we have like one set of grid, a second set of grid, third set of pattern, and four. So there's so many angles kind of flowing through here. So it's probably best if we just kind of utilize this space like this. I definitely like this, and also this should free up this intersection quite a bit, and kind of will probably take a lot of the traffic from this area in here that's going to be developing, that's going to the highway. Whereas if, for example, people are in this area are going down into Oracle Bay, they'll probably take this one. So I think this kind of splits up the traffic usage just enough, where we'll see some benefits. But yeah, we'll see. This is a lot of land. It is on a hill. Maybe we can do something fun with maybe one of the new items or something like that. But I think I'm getting ahead of myself right now. So let's just bring this one up a little bit further in a straight line. Let's bring it out. We bring it out right to here. 16 units. Fantastic. And then we can talk about our trams. So I would imagine that nowadays, once they've put in the tram and they got all the buses through here, they revitalized this area a little bit, this part would probably be a bit desirable to live in, whereas on this side, we'll probably continue to see some industrial usage. So I would imagine that the tram depot would be on this side of things. So I think we could incorporate that there. So let's run a industry road, just kind of parallel to the track here. It's not going to follow the grid at all, just the track itself. We'll bring it out to here. It's pretty good. I think maybe we could tweak it to get it perfect down the road. Down the road, because it's not perfect down here. And then I believe that if we're going to get the tram depot in here, I'm going to incorporate it to be a bit more of a maintenance depot for the trams as well on this side. But where are the trams going to exit out of here? Well, we have a really nice option along this road here. I don't think I'm going to get trams out this way. Maybe we can, but I think we're going to need to see a sneakier route to get the trams from the depot through here, because this intersection here is a little busy with it being so close to the future upgraded interchange through here. So maybe we can sneak them down onto this road, which would give us a second usage on this curved road, right? So if this is a tram depot, let's talk about what we need for the trams itself. And, I think I had a poor choice of words there, because this is the tram depot itself, but I'm talking about tram maintenance kind of as well. So I think maybe what we could do is, this is a really nice building. Maybe we can get it to kind of turn here so that we have everything running off of this road. Maybe let's find a road or a piece of road right here that we could connect up into. So let's run off of this road. I don't think it matters about the grid anymore, so I think I can just kind of build as we see fit. So we'll bring this one through, connect up like that. Hopefully that isn't too steep, because then the trams wouldn't be able to use it, but 1.7% is fairly good. And what's the sloping here again? 3.8. I think a light tram could definitely handle that, though I'm sure when it is rather snowy out, which it doesn't get too often in the Vancouver area where this city is themed, it might get a little hairy down there, but I think we should be fine. All right, so let's get this tram depot right in here. Now we could probably place it right here, right up against this road. And we could almost see this as maybe a former converted uh, industry building that used to be beside the railway here. So I think that could be cool because the exposed brick is really nice. So yeah, I think that would be a really good kind of past history of this building. It does look like a converted building to me, especially with this kind of office area out front. So if you have any lore of what could happen with, or what could have happened with this building in the past, let me know in the comments. Um, Perhaps it was an old factory or something like that. Makes sense. Maybe the station was originally a cargo station or something like that. Okay, so we have this tram area in here. I think this area is set up to be a nice kind of walking area, maybe for some workers and whatnot. But we said that this is a tram kind of maintenance area. So how are we going to do that? Well, if we use our warehouses that came with the Industries DLC, particularly this large warehouse, it looks, or maybe the medium warehouse. Yeah, it's about the same size. So we could theorize that there was second trams running through here. Just going to place down the medium one. We'll take a look at what the building is kind of looking like. Yeah, these bay doors through here look almost like you could get some trams running through them. So I wonder if we can, particularly these ones, less so these ones. You know what? Both of them, really. Yeah, this looks really good. And then the large one, just delete it really quickly. This is kind of like a quick and easy metro hub here. Ooh, where am I looking for? Looking for this large one. Okay, so place it down. This one has less bay doors that are... Oh, never mind. I take that back. But yeah, that's a little much. So that's huge. I can't believe that. My goodness. Okay, so we'll go with the medium warehouses here. And I think the best option is probably for us to do something like this. So this whole area is going to be the tram kind of... the tram service, the tram company or whatever, like Transit Link or something like that. Tram Link or something. Oracle Valley Transit Association. They would probably own this land or lease it from the city. And so I don't really mind if we kind of draw in some tram lines through here. It kind of makes sense. Now we could also incorporate a tram road down here where we can get, say, a second tram, a second one of these through here as well. So maybe we, let's go into move it here, because I think if I move it, grab it, and copy it, I can just kind of place it down as I wish, which maybe we could incorporate this building kind of seen as one larger complex. Okay, so I think this is going to be enough. I mean, this is also a tram maintenance area, right? So I think we're probably good to go. So now, let's kind of get these this tram depot functioning, and we're going to need to get tram tracks in order to do that. So let's upgrade the road here to be a tram road. So perhaps a dedicated system is probably best. So let's go with this one, because this is the vanilla game one. There we go. Do that through here as well. And then we'll get this one as well to be that. Okay, very good. Oh, cool. Monorail tram road as well. Is there a bit more of like an industry looking one? Doesn't seem that way. Perhaps we could do just the simple 2-lane one. That one might look a little bit more, I don't know, original. Yeah, this one. like that. Okay, very good. And we can probably get a bit of a tram turnaround through here as well. But we really need to draw in, just so we don't have that symbol. So we really need to draw in these tram tracks as well. So let's do that. I think let's get this tram turnaround first. All right, so now we have the one lane tram tracks through here, and we can connect these up into these bays, which it's going to be a little tricky. So I'm going to be doing this in a speed through here. We also have the options to connect them up into this zone as well. So this is a bit more of a cosmetic thing. All right, so they don't line up perfectly like they do with the metros, but I think kind of gets the point across. We can see that this is a tram hub. These ones line up perfectly, so that looks absolutely fantastic. It looks exactly like the trams are going in and out of here. Maybe we remove these ones, and this is more of like a shipping area because it doesn't look too good. These ones maybe we could get a little better. But yeah, let's give it a try. All right, so there we have it. A nice little tram maintenance depot with a tram waiting area in here as well. I think this is a good idea to kind of do it this way. These bay doors, maybe they can, ship things in and out of them as well. But I think this works out really nicely. It's, a good use of space through here. And then we also have all this area around back here where we can get some more warehouse and industry, which we need to eat up some of our industry demand. I'm not going to go too far with this because I don't want that crazy right angle here like we have. That was just kind of demarcate where we need stuff, or sorry, where the limit is. But we can bring this road all the way to here because we could get like a bit of a pedestrian crossing here for workers and whatnot. But this would also kind of be like a backdoor into this area through here. And same thing with this. Looks like the garbage trucks, for example, come through this side. So we can lean into that a little bit and we can get a road right here. All right, very good. So now we can just get some industry in this area. And I don't believe we have a district over this zone. So I think maybe we could choose a specific industry type if we wish. And this can be something like train yard or something like that as the district name. And we could even carry this into here should we wish. And further. So we'll just call it the train yards. And it'll have default style, I guess. And what industry type should we do? We've been using forestry a lot because that is very heavy with the look of industry zone. The farming industry has some pretty cool buildings as well, but I think the forestry industry is probably best bet. Though I wouldn't mind if it was a bit more industry focused with manufacturing, like this generic industry we have over here. But there's not a ton of space, so we might as well maximize it for our advantage here. So let's find some fun buildings and find it that work out fantastically for the use, the space use. So these ones, for example, are definitely the way to go. There's not that many of them. That's why I'm kind of rethinking this a little bit, because there's, a few of these warehouse type buildings. But I think, yeah, maybe we just keep generic industry on here. All right, so here we have it. Just kind of moved the industry into here pretty much. It looks like a bit of a continuation of this area as well, which is nice. But you may be asking, what are we going to be doing with these warehouses? They're not just for show, right? Well, they kind of are, but they can serve as a dual purpose. So for this large one, for example, put it on empty because we don't really need it. We're not seeing a use for it. Now, if we do get a factory out this way, this could be really helpful for that. But we should pretty much maybe just do some commercial zone goods. This will add in a few more trucks into the area and they can shift some goods around. But what about the other ones? We have a ton of forestry specialization in this city, so we should do that here. Now, this one I love because you can see the goods that are in it. So for example, plain timber is a really good one, but we don't have, oh wait, we do have an industry area. That reminds me, we'll be doing some naming next episode, not in this episode. But yeah, we could easily just do kind of like plain timber, but I don't really want all the trucks coming through here because it already seems pretty gnarly. So why don't we just do farming? Because we have some farming specialization out this way anyways. But now we have trucks going through here because there's not really going to be trucks going through here at all otherwise. So it just makes sense to kind of utilize these as a bit of a dual purpose kind of thing. Okay, so we can actually start using trams now. But before we do that, we should probably detail up this area. And what is the building asking from us? Well, we have some shipping containers over here, but we also have, looks like the dumpster out over this side. So a garbage truck could probably come into here, but let's make it easier for the garbage truck. And let's place down a road that the tram link, Oracle Bay tram link has kind of made themselves. So we can bring this one all the way to here. We could bring it right up against it, but I say we end that right about there, and then we could just touch it a little bit right to here. This way we could continue this tree kind of placement through here as we create maybe a bit of like a parquet. And I think that is what we will do. Okay, that looks really nice. A bit of a continuation of the theme from the building itself. But we can also utilize this space, right? So we could continue this road a little bit further, kind of in this direction. We could bring it right kind of in like that. Then we have a ton of space for industry as well over here, right? So why don't we try and turn zoning off of this road and this one. And yeah, we have some nice space through here. I bet we could leave industry on this side. So this is just generic industry through here. So I think we can just simply place it down like that. All right, so that will also help eat into our industry demand. So what else should we do? Well, let's get that tram line in, the first tram line that I was talking about, down to the waterfront so that next episode we can start talking about that. So let's plan that route out because it is going to go down 2nd Street and then probably come into Station Road. Or maybe we should go down 2nd Street and then maybe it diverts onto 3rd or something like that. And then the tram comes in. Maybe it diverts onto 4th after the market. Or maybe it's just a 4th Street tram. It would make sense that it would probably run down 4th Street. It's a bit more of a main street in this area. And you know what? We could even connect it right up into here pretty simply. Or maybe this should be the tram along 6th Street. But 6th Street is broken. So that kind of shuts down that idea, doesn't it? Yeah, why don't we do 4th Street here? That would make sense. Then maybe we can... Yeah, we'll run right down 4th Street the whole way. We could have a secondary tram line that goes through the marketplace area because I think that would be important for us to do. But if we're going to get like a hub over here, for example, that's enough space to curve it. I was planning 2nd Street because of the market idea, which I don't really want to give up on, to be honest, because it is really cool that the market's right here. Yeah, you know what? Why don't we just divert it along Harold Parker Street right here. And we'll come up into Station Road here. Okay, let's do that. So let's go into roads here and to our tram roads. Let's find a really nice tram road for this market area. And I'm imagining like a separated grade, kind of like this. But is there one with like a median? Oh, and bicycle lanes. Wow. Okay, this is a big road right here. Not really, but so that this one doesn't have a dedicated tram grade, so that the buses and whatnot share the path with this, but it has a bike lane, which I do really think is important. Okay, so we'll be moving those buses anyways. Okay, so we'll have the bike lane through here, maybe right down into this area. And you know what? Why don't I think we could share the bike lane for a little bit. But then right about here, why don't we transition it off of the bike lane and we just go to a grade separated tram right down into here. And then we'll have it connect up into our system next time. But just for now, I'm just going to have it turn around right here. Just for now. We will definitely upgrade this down the line. But we have a nice bike lane through here. We should probably get some more bike lanes through this area down the line anyways. But yeah, we'll have this one turn right here. And then come into the station right through here like this. Okay, so I'm rethinking this a little bit, and I believe that a really good option here would be to switch some things around. So we use this road, which is a single lane tram track down the middle here, flip it around so that it goes in that direction, and then what we can do is we can extend that right to here, like that, and then what we can do is have the trams stop right there. And then what we can do is then we can have like a single track right here going from this point to this point, so that the trams, instead of kind of needing to create a station, we're kind of using the roads as a station. We just pull this over. This is going to be a huge node. I don't think we can have 3rd Street connect here anymore. Awesome. Okay, this looks really, really cool. I like this a lot. I hope we have the perfect lane through here, or the perfect road where we can get the tram on the outside. Doesn't look like we have a 2-way road with the tram on the outside. Oh, 2-lane. No, it's 2-lane 1-way. Maybe I can find one on the workshop where the green part here is on this side. That would be ideal. But I'll give it a quick look. All right, so I had a good idea here. So we are able to get the tram to stop out right in front of the station, which is ideal, right? That was the purpose of of this link, to get people to the train station. But we were using a bike road before, so we could just make this part bike, and then we have kind of people can come and drop off their friends here along this area. It's unfortunate that the bike lane is on this side and not just on this side, for example, or something like that. So we can't really have like a kiss and ride, which if I recall correctly, is a Canadian term. It's where you drop off someone quickly at the station and then you take off. You don't park the car there for more than like 30 seconds. But yeah, so we could continue the bike lane through here though, which is kind of the big idea here. So this way we get to have a bike lane coming all the way up from the market here. And then it probably means we need to continue the bike lane from here then. So let's just grab this, and we have this super powerful road here coming all the way through here. But then the trams turn to get into the station, but then the bikes can continue all the way down from here. So I think we almost want to continue this all the way to the waterfront. I know we just kind of stopped it right here, but maybe we continue it another block and then maybe one more. And then right through here, we continue the bike network even further. So didn't anticipate adding in bike lanes here, but this is definitely going to improve the connectivity of the city. So what road are we upgrading right now? Roberts Road. Hey, look at that. Fantastic. And then we can have this one connect all the way through here. And oh my goodness, I swear this wasn't planned, but look how amazing this could be. If we upgrade this piece here, we are going across the bridge here. So let's go into bike lanes. Let's find a large grade road, which is, we just need 4 lanes. Bike lanes, elevated, upgrade. Look at that. My goodness, this is fantastic. So let's grab this road again, and we'll upgrade that piece right there. And perhaps we just upgrade it here and we'll end it, because this is going to be a park, so we can figure out how that works down the line. Anyways, but why don't we look at upgrading another road with bike lanes since we're doing this? Not a ton that can really work at the moment, but let's upgrade this one. It goes right beside the high school. I think that makes sense. It doesn't need to go any further. And then maybe let's get one more. All right, fantastic. Some bike upgrades, but we don't have the tram yet. We have the tram road. It goes right by the market here. Let's get the tram going. 2nd Street tram line, or something of the like. So let's get the trams. And oh, you know what? Let's move the buses first. Let's move the buses just so that they're not on the tram lines themselves. They should probably be pretty close though, right? I don't really mind them driving on it, for example, though, because I do want buses to continue through here, especially if they're close to the market. Now, is it really worth having the stop there and not just here, for example? I think it's probably a safe bet just to do that. That's okay. And then any other buses that we can move? Yeah, let's take this one and we'll just move it onto 4th Street here. And it would be nice if, for example, we could just keep this on Oracle Avenue. Yeah, that's good. And then we have this one going through the tram just because the bus depot's here. And the yellow bus just needs to turn on it. So why don't we make a fake stop here, just so we make sure that the bus actually goes on in this direction and not on the tram road itself. And then right here, we can move this one a little bit. So it's stopping over there. I think maybe we could bring it onto 1st Street. for the time being. Just for the time being, as we get the depots set up and whatnot, I think this is a fine solution. Okay, so let's get the tram line in now. And so we'll have our first stop over here. This is just the turnaround. So we're going to have what is going to be this stop probably in a station. So I think I can just plop it down right here on 3rd Street. Doesn't really matter. But I was thinking, should we get the stop right here in front of the bus stop, or should it be right here? Should probably clear this area from homes because it doesn't really make sense to have houses there. But I guess since, oh, it's not a grade separated road here, or the tram has a dedicated stopping area. I'm hesitant to place it right there because of how much traffic flows through here, but we can get it here really easily. So, okay, we'll get it there. And then let's bring it out to here, right in front of City Hall. And then Market Station right there. And we'll have one right here and one right here before the turn. Then we'll turn, and then we'll have another one. Yeah, I guess here makes sense, but we're so close to the terminal. That's okay. Then we'll have the stop right there, and then we'll just kind of repeat on the way back. We could get the stop here, though. I think it's fine right there. We'll just mirror ourselves for the time being. Yeah, City Hall is fine. Right there. And then we'll have a stop right there, and we'll link up. All right, so that is our first tram line in the city. So this is going to be called 2nd Street. And let's see. So this is a suburban kind of light train. I almost want it to be like an older style, though. This one looks cool. I think this one looks like a bit of an older style. Why don't we go over to our tram depot? Oh, it has no road access. How? Of course it does. It's on a road. Here, let me just fix this really quickly. I am silly. We didn't connect up the tram depot with the tram itself. My goodness, I can't believe I made the mistake, because that was the whole purpose of doing this. I guess I just anticipated that we had done that. My goodness, my goodness. I told you I was rusty. We'll just connect it up right in here. Pretty simple enough. And we can have some sort of tram even running into here in the future. But I think we'll leave that because I think it's going to go into the waterfront area in the future. So we'll do that in next episode. My goodness, the traffic is backing up through here. Probably because of all this industry area that we added in, right? So it looks like we're going to need to upgrade this area into something a bit stronger in the future. But let's take a look at these trams that we're bringing out through here. Yeah, those ones look a bit old-fashioned, although rather new still, which is kind of a good balance, right? So let's go into here and then trams, and let's take a look at some of the other models available. This one, 116 capacity. That is enormous. Yeah, okay, we can rock with this one. This one is cool. Let's change the color, though. My goodness, I should have done that originally. Let's change it to red. Why not? Okay, it looks like people are already using it, are already queuing up for it. So let's get 8 trams on it, 9 trams. Why not? And we'll see it in action. I'm really keen on this stop right here. This is fantastic. And I'm pleased with how this turned out. Yes, particularly this gives us a nice kind of area. Oh, look at this. That's great. All right, let's follow this in, and then we'll kind of call it a day. We did what we wanted to. We got the train station in, and we got the trams going, and we ate up some of the industry demand, but definitely not enough. So actually, before we do this, there's one more thing that I forgot to do in the last episode. I wanted to get the condos in here. I totally forgot about condos in this area. So we had it all planned out a little while ago. Let's just kind of choose the ones that we particularly want, and then we'll end the video. All right, so we got the condos in here. This is going to look great. I didn't want this one to get too tall, so I made this one historical, but we'll see what happens with these ones here. I think we should probably get a path around the back end of this one. Just probably a paved path, though. I think that would be best. Why don't we get this one here, and we'll go with that, so we can be really particular with what we're doing. Hopefully this doesn't ruin anything that we have going on through here. Yeah, I like these massive condos. I think we might need to upgrade what we have going on over here, maybe into some offices or something like that down the road. But this is going to bring a lot of population through here, and then also right in this building area, not too tall either, which makes sense. Okay, so let's follow the tram to end it off. So let's slow down the game. 1 speed. We will do this. And I will talk to you all in the next video, folks, on Friday, where we'll be doing some waterfront stuff, because this is kind of like a setup for the waterfront. I've been teasing the waterfront for so long because the whole series really revolves around the city developing on the water. So let's have some cool waterfront revitalization. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. Join the Discord channel if you are not already. It's in the description below. We have a lot of fun there. And I will catch you next time. Peace out.